Welcome back to Dirtbag America, where we build things for cheap to avoid buying them at a big box store. Today we're putting together this 2-gallon pot out of one pallet, some pallet nails, these sticks I found from the woods, and a couple tools you might have around. If you'd like to see how it's done, come along, dirt babies, let's make it happen. Like any good dirtbag build, we're starting with a pallet and we're gonna rip this thing to shreds. And by shreds, I mean I'm gonna try really hard not to break these boards because I think I'm gonna need them all. When you're picking a pallet, make sure you grab one that says HT on the side. That way you know there's no forever chemicals in it. And if you don't have this blue tool, you can just use a 2x4, stuff it in there, and then get some leverage. The dirtbag diehards might notice I've upgraded my hammer to the kind with the little claw thing on the back. What can I say, guys? I'm selling out. The time's finally come. It's okay if you need to leave, dirt babies, I'll understand. Anyway, we should probably talk about the build. So I spent like a good day trying to come up with a cool design, and then I just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna wing this thing. So the first thing I wanted to do was make sure I was using my lumber to its max capacity. To do this, I measured the length of the board, then I cut it into 4 equal segments. The boards were 44 inches long, so each segment came out to about 11 inches.
That's math!
Luckily, I have a lot of experience with 11-inch wood, so I knew what I was getting myself into. I arranged them into a little square, then I started popping in some pallet nails. Unfortunately, the nails were a little long, so they started punching out the other side. No worries, just flip that thing over and hit them from the back, like, you know, doggy style.
Oh my God, stop.
Beautiful. Okay, let's move on. To make my lumber go a little farther, I'm gonna rip this board down into 3 1x1s. If you don't have a table saw, feel free to skip this part, it is not essential. Can't wait for the bros to be like,
He says he's poor, but he has a table saw.
don't judge me. Okay, I got that thing for 50 bucks and it was a rust bucket. After cutting the 1x2s to the perimeter of the platform, I popped them in with a pinch more pallet nails. That line took me way too long to come up with, so I hope you guys are proud. If I can't have the pride of my father, I might as well have it from random people on the internet. The final step of the base was to take it back to the table saw and cut a 5-degree angle into each side. This is gonna give the plant pot a sexy little fluted shape when we put it all together. You guys might not know what I mean, but trust the process. Stick with me. It's gonna be cool. All right, phase 1 is done. We've got our base. I wanna take a second to give a big shout out to all my Patreon and YouTube members who have subscribed and are watching me rebuild this Vardo wagon, saving it from a bunch of water damage and turning it into something cool. In the first 2 episodes, we stripped off the roof, then we gutted the entire interior. Now we get to start putting it back together. The 3rd episode's gonna be coming out here pretty soon, and if you guys join my Patreon, you also get access to a private Discord where we get to hang out and chat. The more Patreon members I get, the less I have to do brand deals and focus on going viral just to make ends meet. So big shout out to you guys who have joined already. You're making a big difference in my life. All right, let's get back to the build. To get a sense for the height of the plant pot, I'm gonna use this plant pot that I already have to measure the sides of the plant pot. God, that was awkward.
I should probably redo that line, but I'm too lazy.
The sides of the plant pot turned out to be 11 inches as well, which was a fun little happy accident. I love when the universe gives you a little tickle on the balls like that. Really gets my juice flowing, if you know what I mean. Each side of the plant pot is gonna need 3 boards to cover the entirety. So how many boards do we need, dirt babies? What's 4 times 3? Say it with me.
13.
It's 12, guys. 12. Nailing stuff in like this can get a little messy, so it really helps to have some clamps to hold things in place. But again, they're unnecessary. You can do it without. You just might have to suffer a little bit more. And there we go. We've got our sides attached and it's looking pretty good. But in true Jake style, we need to add a little bit of nature whimsy. So I'm gonna put these sticks around the side. Not only are they gonna make the plant pot look a little more cute and fun, but they're also gonna allow me to cover up the gaps without cutting some weird angled piece of wood that I don't know how to figure out. Now, it would be perfectly acceptable to stop here. You do not need to pressure yourself to do anything else, but I'm gonna add a trim ring to the top to give it a little more stability and a finished look. For this, I ripped a pallet board in half, and then I cut a couple pieces that were a little wider than the top perimeter of the pot. Then I went around and cut a 45-degree angle into each and started attaching them together in a square shape with my pin nailer. The angles weren't perfect, so there ended up being a little bit of a gap between each piece, but I don't really care. Nobody's perfect. I'm doing my best out here. To secure it into place, I eyeballed the position, then I tapped a couple pin nails into the top of each board. I don't know why I just sniffed it, but it was probably important. Anyway, time to test the fit. What do we think? Looks pretty good. The pot I just placed inside is a 1 gallon, so this should be about 2 gallons when I fill it up with soil. Okay, dirt babies, final reveal.
Ooh,
It's beautiful. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And if you'd like a more step-by-step detailed build plan for something like this, let me know, because I'm thinking about putting one of those together. Thanks for watching, y'all. Dirtbag America, signing off.